In the endless darkness of space, far beyond the warm glow of Earth, the universe stretches like a giant ocean, deep, silent, and full of secrets. For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the night sky and wondered one question: are we alone? This question has never left the human mind. Every generation has asked it. Every scientist has dreamed about it. Every explorer has hoped to answer it. Now, in the modern age, something has changed. New telescopes, powerful computers, and robotic explorers are traveling farther than ever before. For the first time, humanity stands on the edge of a discovery that could change everything. The discovery of alien life and perhaps even a new home somewhere among the stars. This is where the story begins. A universe full of mystery from a distance, Earth looks calm and peaceful, a blue world floating in darkness. But deep inside space, stars are dying, galaxies are colliding, planets are being destroyed, and strange signals travel silently across the void. The universe is not empty. It is alive with movement, energy, and ancient stories written in light. As the narrator speaks, the camera moves through swirling nebulae, colorful clouds of gas and dust where stars are born. It glides past giant planets with violent storms, burning suns, and icy moons with oceans hidden beneath their frozen surfaces. Every corner of the universe holds a secret. Every shadow may hide something unknown. Scientists believe the universe is too big, too old, and too rich for humans to be the only life. Billions of stars, billions of planets, billions of chances. The question is no longer, is there life out there? The real question has become, how soon will we find it? A troubling truth about Earth: while billions of stars shine in the distance, Earth faces a quiet danger. Climate patterns are changing, storms grow stronger, ice melts faster, oceans warm, resources become limited. Humans are not in immediate danger, but scientists can see the signs. Earth may not stay safe forever. This truth forces a powerful idea into the minds of world leaders and space agencies. If humanity wants to survive in the very far future, we may need a second home. But where? How far? What kind of planet could keep humans alive? This is why the search for alien life is not only about curiosity, it is now about survival. The first strange signal years ago, scientists detected a weak radio pulse from deep space. It was short, tiny, and difficult to understand. It did not match any known source: no star, no planet, no space rock, no natural pattern. Then a second pulse came, then a third. The signals were months apart, but each one had a strange rhythm, almost like a pattern, almost like a message. The world did not know about it. Only a few scientists worked on it quietly, trying to decode the meaning. They could not prove it was alien, but they could not prove it was natural either. The universe had whispered, and humans had heard. A silent warning from the stars. Stars live for billions of years, but even they have a beginning and an end. Some stars explode in giant blasts called supernovas. Others slowly cool and die. Some collapse into black holes, dark monsters that eat everything close to them. Humanity has always felt safe because Earth is far away from these violent events. But scientists notice something worrying. In our galaxy, the number of extreme cosmic events has increased over millions of years. Not today, not tomorrow, but in the far future, Earth may face dangers from space: asteroids, radiation, gamma bursts. The universe does not guarantee safety. This is why the search for a new home is not science fiction anymore. It is becoming a long-term plan. The great exploration begins with this new understanding. Scientists around the world launch the greatest exploration mission in history. They begin by studying exoplanets, planets outside our solar system. Using advanced telescopes, they observe tiny dips in star brightness. Every dip means a planet might be passing in front of the star. Within a few years, the number of known exoplanets grows to thousands. Some are too hot, some too cold, some too big, some too small, but a few are just right. Planets with oceans, planets with clouds, planets with atmospheres that look strangely familiar. One planet shows signs of methane, another shows oxygen. Another shows something that shocks the scientific world, a chemical signature that should not exist naturally. Something or someone may be creating it. The universe starts to look different for the first time. Humanity sees the universe with new eyes. It no longer looks empty. It no longer looks silent. It looks full of potential, full of worlds waiting to be explored, full of mysteries waiting to be unlocked. Scientists begin to focus on nearby star systems: Proxima Centauri, TRAPPIST-1, Kepler 452. Systems with planets in the habitable zone where temperatures could allow liquid water. Robotic probes are prepared for long journeys. Satellites collect fresh data. Space agencies share research. Humanity feels something it has not felt in many years: hope. A world in crisis, a universe in question. While the search continues, Earth keeps changing. Dry lands become drier. Storms become stronger. Some regions face extreme weather. The narrator explains that Earth is not dying, but it is evolving, and not always in ways friendly to human life. This pushes scientists to think faster, explore deeper, and take bigger risks. The mission now has two goals. Find alien life, find a planet humans can live on. If one goal fails, the other might help save humanity. A breakthrough that changes everything. On a quiet night in a space observatory, a young researcher notices something unusual. A planet located 40 light-years away shows a repeating light pattern. A pattern that looks too clean, too perfect, too organized. It flashes, it dims, it flashes again. Scientists first think it is a glitch, but after hours of analysis, the team realizes the truth. The pattern is not random. It repeats in a mathematical sequence, a sequence often used to send information. The world wakes up to the news. Everyone wants answers. Is this intelligent life, or just a strange natural process? No one knows. But humanity has never been closer to the truth. The question that haunts humanity as the camera shows the Milky Way slowly rotating in the darkness, the narrator asks, if there is life out there, what does it look like? Are they tiny microbes living in warm oceans deep under ice? Are they plant-like organisms breathing alien air? Are they advanced civilizations watching the stars like we do? Or perhaps, are they far older and far smarter than humans can imagine? And one question burns brighter than all the others. If life is out there, will it welcome us or warn us to stay away? A new fear appears as scientists prepare new missions. Something unexpected happens. The strange signals begin to change. The pulses grow stronger. The patterns grow more complex. Some experts believe the signals may be natural, caused by cosmic objects interacting. Others think the signals might be artificial and growing closer. The world becomes divided. Some fear danger. Some feel excitement. Some prepare for the greatest discovery in human history. Humanity stands on the edge of something unknown, a moment that could unite the world or shake it to its core. The final words of the hook, the first part, ends with the narrator speaking in a calm but mysterious voice. Somewhere in the darkness of space, a voice may be calling. A message may be waiting. A new world may be shining, and humanity may soon learn the greatest secret of the universe. The camera slowly zooms out, revealing billions of stars forming a shining ocean of light. The narrator continues, this is the beginning of a new era, the search for alien life and the search for humanity's future home. The universe had opened a small door, just wide enough for humanity to glimpse something mysterious on the other side. Strange signals, unnatural chemical signatures, mathematical patterns hiding inside the darkness. Now, with the world watching, scientists began the greatest hunt in human history. A search across stars, across light years, across time itself. They were not only searching for alien life, they were searching for hope. The age of exoplanets a few decades earlier, humans knew only one world with life, Earth. Today, they know thousands of planets orbiting distant stars. These planets are called exoplanets. They come in every shape and size. Some look like giant balls of fire. Others are frozen worlds with oceans of ice. Some are bigger than Jupiter, spinning so fast that their days last only hours. Others are small, rocky, and warm, almost like Earth. But only a handful fall inside what scientists call the habitable zone. This is the safe region around a star where temperatures allow liquid water. Water means chemistry. Chemistry means life. Life means possibilities. When the first habitable zone planets were discovered, scientists celebrated. But the excitement doubled when telescopes detected something else. The light passing through some of these planets' atmospheres contained clues, traces of water vapor, hints of carbon dioxide, signs of methane, even the faint possibility of oxygen. None of this proves life, but all of this suggests that these planets are worth exploring. The tools of the search to study these distant worlds. Scientists use tools unlike anything humans have built before. The James Webb Space Telescope, floating far beyond the moon, examines the light from stars billions of years old. Its mirrors read the colors of starlight like a secret code, revealing chemicals invisible to the human eye. Another telescope, the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, is designed to see entire star systems at once. It watches planets the size of Earth orbiting stars thousands of trillions of kilometers away. On the ground, giant observatories rise high on mountains. Their lenses stretch wider than vehicles. They capture every flicker of light, every tiny movement in the sky. And yet, even with these powerful tools, scientists know one truth. The universe is too large for humans to explore with telescopes alone. They need something else. Something that moves. Robotic explorers' space agencies begin planning missions unlike any before. Small robotic spacecraft, powered by sunlight and laser beams, are designed to travel fast, near the speed of light. One project, called Starshot, prepares tiny light sail probes the size of coins to fly to Alpha Centauri, our nearest star system. It may take decades, but for the first time, a human-made object could touch another solar system. Another mission focuses on frozen moons in our own system, Europa, Enceladus, Titan. Scientists believe these icy worlds may hide warm oceans beneath their surfaces. They may be the first places we find alien life, one scientist explains. The narrator's voice grows calm but exciting. These oceans are hidden in darkness. No sunlight, no sky, no air. But deep inside, vents release heat and minerals, just like the places where life began on Earth. If life survived there once, it may survive there still. A galaxy of clues. Months pass. More data arrives. Every report raises more questions. A planet called Kepler 442b shows strong evidence of water. Another world, TOI 700d, reflects light in a strange pattern. A third planet, K2-18b, displays a mix of gases that confuse scientists, hydrogen, methane, and hints of something else. Something unnatural. That is when the research becomes even more intense. Teams compare the chemical signatures to Earth's atmosphere. They use computer models to simulate alien biospheres. They ask bold questions. What if alien life uses different chemistry? What if alien plants breathe something other than carbon dioxide? What if alien organisms release chemical waste that looks strange to us? Every answer leads to more possibilities. The universe begins to look less empty and more alive. The discovery that changes everything. Late one night at a research center, a group of astronomers studies fresh data from a distant star system called Epsilon Eridani. The system is old. Its planets are covered in dust. Most scientists believe nothing interesting hides there. But tonight, something unexpected appears. A small planet shows a sudden burst of infrared energy. The heat rises, then falls, then rises again, like something on the surface is warming and cooling in a repeating rhythm. Maybe it's volcanic activity, one scientist suggests. Maybe it's storms, another says. But after hours of observation, the team realizes something strange. Volcanoes do not cool this fast. Storms do not heat up this evenly. Something is generating heat, then stopping, then starting again. Almost like a machine. Almost like technology. The world reacts when the news leaks to the public. The world explodes with curiosity. Some people celebrate, believing alien life has finally been found. Others fear the unknown, imagining invasion or danger. Some simply watch from afar, hoping answers will come soon. Governments request private reports. News channels run 24-hour coverage. Documentaries are planned. Debates start online. But behind closed doors, scientists remain calm. They know nothing is proven yet. The universe is full of strange natural processes. Heat patterns could come from underground rivers, shifting rocks, or massive storms. Still, the pattern looks too perfect, too steady, too controlled. Scientists mark the planet as high priority. The race for answers. Space agencies rush to design a new mission, a telescope that can see the planet up close. This new telescope will orbit far beyond the current ones, giving a clearer view of distant worlds. Meanwhile, private companies offer new technologies, giant mirrors, laser launch systems, AI scanning tools. Everyone wants to be the first to discover alien life. Everyone wants to be the first to know the truth. The narrator speaks with rising tension. For the first time, humanity faces a race not against each other, but against the vastness of space itself. A warning from history as the search continues. Historians study old data, strange signals recorded many decades earlier, long before humanity had advanced telescopes. They find something disturbing. A radio burst from the year 1977 known as the WOW signal shares similarities with the new signals detected today. The patterns line up. The frequencies match. The signatures overlap. It is as if the same unknown source has been speaking for years, but humanity only learned how to listen now. This discovery leaves scientists with a mixture of fear and excitement. If the signals come from an intelligent civilization, then someone may have been trying to contact Earth for nearly 50 years. But why, and what do they want? The mysterious silence. As more scientists study the signals, something strange happens. The signals suddenly stop. No heat bursts, no light patterns, no radio pulses, nothing. The universe goes quiet again. Some scientists believe the source has moved. Some believe it was natural after all. Some believe the source may have noticed humans studying it and decided to disappear. The silence feels heavier than the signals themselves. A new target appears weeks later. A new report arrives from a distant observatory. They have detected a planet orbiting a red dwarf star, one of the most common types of stars in the universe. This planet, named Helios 49c, reflects light in a way no planet ever has. Its night side glows faintly as if something is producing light there. Artificial light, Natural heat, unknown life, scientists cannot say. But one thing is certain, the signal patterns and chemical signatures from Helios 49c match the earlier ones from Epsilon Eridani almost perfectly. The same mystery, the same clues, the same impossible signature. 2 planets, 2 star systems, one unknown force. And then a final discovery shakes the entire scientific world. The heat pattern on Helios 49c is increasing. The light is spreading. The moment is building. Something is happening on that planet right now. Cliffhanger ending as the narrator's voice grows deeper, the stars shine behind him. 2 planets, 2 signals, 2 signs of something that does not behave like nature. The camera slowly zooms into the glowing night side of Helios 49c. The glow gets brighter, 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 and then suddenly the light shuts off. Darkness spreads across the planet. A cold silence fills space. The narrator whispers, something is hiding in the dark. And humanity has just found its trail. The mysterious silence from Helios 49c spreads through scientific centers like a cold wind. 2 planets had shown strange signs. 2 planets had whispered something unnatural. Now one had gone dark. But while some scientists feared danger, others saw something else, opportunity. If life existed out there, intelligent or not, it meant something bigger somewhere in the vast universe. There might also be a new home waiting for humanity. Earth was still beautiful, still alive, but slowly changing. Storms grew fiercer, droughts longer, oceans warmer. Humanity had time, maybe hundreds of years, but they knew the truth. A second home was no longer a dream. It was a necessity. And so began humanity's most ambitious project, the search for a world that humans could live on. A new kind of planet. Scientists divided the search into categories. Category 1, Earth-like planets. These were rocky worlds with water, air, clouds, and warm temperatures. Category 2, super-Earths. These were larger than Earth with stronger gravity and thicker atmospheres, possibly even safer than Earth in the long term. Category 3, water worlds. Planets covered entirely in oceans, warmed by inner cores. Category 4, moon candidates. Large moons orbiting giant planets with stable temperatures due to tidal heating. Among these categories, 3 planets stood out as the best hope for humanity's future. Planet 1, Kepler 452b. The old Earth Kepler 452b was often called Earth's older cousin. It orbited a sun-like star and lay inside the habitable zone. Its atmosphere seemed thick. Its clouds looked white and stable. Its surface temperature was warm. Everything about it felt familiar, but familiarity was not enough. This planet was 60% larger than Earth. Scientists believed it had strong gravity. Standing on its surface would feel like carrying a heavy backpack at all times. Still, if humans could adapt, Kepler 452b might provide fertile land, stable weather, and protection from radiation. The narrator speaks calmly. Kepler 452b may not be perfect, but it may be the closest thing humanity will ever find to a second Earth. Planet 2, Proxima b. The survivor Proxima b orbits the star closest to our solar system, Proxima Centauri. It is only 4 light-years away, practically next door in cosmic distance. Its star is smaller and cooler than the Sun, but the planet sits in the safe zone. Scientists discovered that Proxima b might have oceans. It might have a thick atmosphere. It might even have a magnetic field strong enough to protect life. But the planet also faces danger. Its star often releases violent solar flares, giant bursts of energy that could cook the planet's surface. Still, simulations showed something incredible. If Proxima b's atmosphere was thick enough, it could shield the surface from radiation, keeping life safe beneath the clouds. Many scientists believe Proxima b was the most realistic first home for humans, close, warm, and potentially full of water. Planet 3, TRAPPIST-1e. The balanced world. The TRAPPIST-1 system became famous for its 7 Earth-sized planets. 3 of them, including TRAPPIST-1e, sit inside the habitable zone. TRAPPIST-1e had a stable orbit, moderate temperatures, and most importantly, the strongest signs of liquid water. Models suggested rivers might flow on its surface. Oceans might cover its lowlands. Its air might be breathable if plants or microbes existed. But the most mysterious feature of this planet was its light signature. Unlike the others, TRAPPIST-1e reflected light in a pattern that changed slowly throughout the year. Some scientists believed it meant seasons, warm summers, cool winters. Others believed it meant clouds shifting across the surface. A few whispered a third idea. Maybe something on the surface is moving. The engineering of a new era. Finding a planet was only the first step. Reaching it was the real challenge. Even traveling to the nearest star system would take thousands of years with current rockets. Humanity needed new technology, something powerful, something fast, something bold. Engineers proposed 3 major ideas. 1. Fusion engines. These engines would mimic the sun's power, smashing atoms together to release energy. Fusion engines could push spacecraft to 10% the speed of light. A journey that once took 40,000 years might now take only 400. Still long, but reachable. 2. Light sail ships. These lightweight ships would ride beams of light like sails riding wind. Lasers from Earth would push the craft to incredible speeds. Starshot technology proved this idea was real. A probe the size of a phone could reach Proxima b in 20 years. Scaling up to a human ship was the real challenge. 3. Cryosleep pods. If humans could sleep for decades or centuries without aging, deep space would become open to exploration. Scientists had already frozen and revived small animals successfully. The first human trials were planned within decades. If cryosleep became reality, humanity could travel anywhere. Preparing for a new home. With these ideas, space agencies began preparing detailed plans. Step 1. Send robotic probes to take close-up images of candidate planets. Step 2. Study the air and surface to confirm safety. Step 3. Test for alien microbes, friendly or harmful. Step 4. Build massive habitat domes for the first settlers. Step 5. Begin terraforming, changing the planet to make it more Earth-like. Terraforming might take hundreds of years, but humanity had already learned a hard lesson. Waiting too long could be deadly. Signs of another civilization. As scientists studied these planets, something strange happened. On Proxima b, a faint chemical signature appeared in the atmosphere, a mix of gases that should not exist together unless something was constantly replacing them. Plants, microbes, machines. On Kepler 452b, a sudden flash of infrared heat appeared, like something warm on the surface. Volcano, fire, technology, and TRAPPIST-1e, the most mysterious of all, began showing tiny spikes of radio noise, not strong enough to decode, not natural enough to ignore. Every planet seemed to whisper the same message: life may be here, but you must come to see it. The first mission to a new world. After years of planning, a new project was launched, the Beyond Horizon Explorer. A large robotic spacecraft equipped with sensors, cameras, atmospheric collectors, and heat scanners. Its target, Proxima b, the closest, most reachable candidate. The spacecraft would travel faster than any human creation before it. It would send back data, images, and measurements that could decide humanity's future. Crowds watched live as the engines fired. A bright flame lit the launch pad. The Explorer rose into the sky, breaking through clouds into the darkness of space. People on Earth cheered, some cried, some prayed. For the first time, humanity had taken a step toward another Earth. A dangerous discovery. Years passed. Data flowed back to Earth. Pictures of Proxima b arrived: dark oceans, thick clouds, rocky coasts, beautiful, mysterious, alive. Then one day cameras captured something no scientist expected. A long, thin shadow moved across the surface. Not a cloud, not dust, not a storm, something straight, something sharp, something shaped like a structure. Engineers enhanced the image, zooming deeper into pixels. The structure appeared tall, smooth, metallic, almost like a tower, but before they could capture a better picture, the tower vanished, like it had never existed. Panic, debate, excitement. Scientists argued across the world. One group believed it was an illusion, light refracting off clouds. Another believed it was geological, a tall rock formation. But a third group whispered something far more daring: this is artificial. If the tower was real, then something or someone had built it, someone intelligent, someone advanced, someone watching, but there was no proof, only one blurry image. Still, the world changed overnight. People feared invasion, people dreamed of friendship, people imagined technology far beyond human capability. Governments increased funding. Space agencies doubled their teams. Every telescope turned toward Proxima b. But the mysterious tower never appeared again. The hidden message. Months later, during a routine scan of Proxima b's atmosphere, scientists discovered something new: a chemical imbalance. Not dangerous, not natural, something controlled. A repeating rise and fall of methane and ozone in a perfect cycle. It was too regular for nature, too consistent for weather, too artificial to ignore. The narrator's voice grows serious. This cycle looks like a signature, a sign that someone is altering the atmosphere on purpose. But why? To breathe, to signal, to warn? The answer remained unclear until the final discovery. The cliffhanger. One night, while studying the atmosphere of Proxima b, a junior researcher zoomed into a section of the data just to check for errors. Then she froze. Hidden inside the chemical cycle was a pattern, a repeating sequence, a signal, a message. She ran simulations, triple-checked her work, called her supervisor. Within an hour, every major scientist around the world was awake, staring at the same data. The pattern matched something humans knew very well: prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, a message used by humans to communicate with alien life. The planet was responding. The narrator speaks in a soft, shaken voice. Proxima b has sent a message only intelligence can create. Someone or something is speaking. Silence fills the room, and one scientist whispers the question everyone fears. Is it calling us or warning us? The discovery of the prime number pattern from Proxima b shook the world unlike anything before. For the first time in history, humanity was not wondering, not predicting, not hoping, but facing a fact: something intelligent might be out there. And whatever it was, it had sent a signal back. The message was simple, almost too simple. But that was exactly why it was terrifying. Prime numbers are universal. They cannot be created by chance. They are used to prove intelligence. Something on Proxima b was sending a message only an intelligent mind would understand. Around the globe, scientists, leaders, and ordinary people felt the same cold truth: humanity was no longer alone. A planet alive with secrets. Every telescope pointed at Proxima b. Every observatory, every satellite, every scanner focused its attention on the small world orbiting a dim red star. Images came in slowly: blurry coastlines, dark oceans, thick clouds swirling like white smoke, but the atmosphere told a deeper story. Its gases rose and fell in rhythmic patterns too perfect for nature. Something was breathing, something was creating, something was changing the air on purpose. Yet there were no clear signs of cities, no glowing lights, no roads, no giant structures. It was as if the planet itself was alive, but hiding its secrets under a blanket of fog and shadow. A new theory, hidden life. A group of exobiologists suggested a bold new idea. What if alien life does not live on the surface? What if it lives underground? On Earth, the deepest life exists in caves beneath the ocean floor, around hot vents miles below the surface. These life forms do not need sunlight. They do not need open air. They survive on heat, minerals, and chemical reactions. If similar life existed on Proxima b, it would explain many things: the atmospheric cycles, the strange heat bursts, the vanishing tower-like structure, the sudden silence. What if the intelligent species lived underground, only emerging or revealing themselves when necessary? This idea frightened many scientists. If an alien civilization lived underground, it meant something huge. They were far more advanced than humans expected. Underground cities require immense energy, stability, and technology. The narrator's voice grew tense. Humanity may not be the more advanced species after all. Searching other worlds while Proxima b stole attention, scientists studied the other mysterious planets too. Kepler 452b, the warm giant on Kepler 452b, heat signatures fluctuated strangely. Not randomly, but in slow pulses. Some thought it might be volcanic activity. Others believed it might be forest fires or massive storms. But one researcher suggested a chilling idea. What if the pulses are signals? What if a community is generating heat underground? TRAPPIST-1e, the shifting light TRAPPIST-1e's light signature remained the biggest puzzle. The surface brightness changed too smoothly to be weather, too slowly to be technology, too evenly to be random. One scientist proposed the most unexpected theory. What if the surface is covered by a living organism, like a giant planetary skin? It sounded impossible, but nature often created wonders beyond imagination. On Earth, coral reefs, fungi networks, and plant ecosystems stretch across miles. An alien world could host something far larger. Helios 49c. The vanishing glow. Helios 49c had once glowed on its night side, a sign of energy, heat, or artificial lights. Then the glow disappeared. Some believed it was a natural storm ending. Others believed an alien device had shut down. A small group whispered a darker idea. What if someone turned off the lights because we were watching? The meeting of minds, an emergency scientific council formed, the largest gathering of astronomers, engineers, biologists, and mathematicians in human history. The question they needed to answer: what should humanity do next? Approach the planet, send more signals, stay silent, hide, or make contact? There were two camps. The hopeful group, they believed alien life could be peaceful, friendly, helpful. A species that could teach humans how to survive, how to travel space, maybe even how to extend life. To hide, they argued, is to miss the chance of meeting our cosmic neighbors. The fearful group, they believed alien life might see humanity as weak, dangerous, or useless. Contact could lead to destruction, or worse, domination. To reach out, they warned, could invite something we cannot control. The silent middle, a third group, believed something far stranger. What if the aliens are studying us? What if they already know we exist? What if they are waiting for the right moment to respond? This idea grew heavier with each passing day. A signal returns weeks after the prime number message. A new pattern appeared. Not radio waves, not heat pulses, not light. Instead, the atmosphere of Proxima b shifted in a mathematical rhythm, like a breath, like a heartbeat, like a code. The chemical levels rose and fell: oxygen, methane, ozone, hydrogen, up, down, up. down in perfect timing. And then scientists realized something that made their hearts freeze. The pattern matched the rhythm of human brain waves. Not by accident, not by nature, not by chance. The planet was sending a signal that mimicked human thought patterns. It was like the alien world was saying, "We understand you." The attempt to reply after days of debate, governments approved a message to be sent back. Not in radio waves, not in light signals, but in chemical patterns. Scientists released controlled chemical pulses into Earth's upper atmosphere, letting satellites reflect them outward like a giant mirror. The message was simple: "Hello, we are from Earth, do you understand?" It was a historic moment. People everywhere held their breath, and for 3 days there was nothing. No signal, no pattern, no message, just silence. A silence so deep that it felt like the universe was holding its breath too. A sudden change on the 4th day. Scientists detected something new, not from Proxima b but from deep space. A faint pulse, a whisper, a slow repeating echo. At first they thought it was noise, interference, static, but after analysis the truth became clear. It was the same prime number sequence. The same rhythm, the same message. But now it was coming from a different direction. Not from one planet, not from two, but from multiple points across the galaxy, like voices calling from every corner. Scientists stared in horror and fascination. This was not one planet communicating. This was not one civilization. This was many. A final discovery: as the signals spread, computers mapped their origins. Some signals came from known star systems, others from pitch-black voids, some from places where planets should not even exist. The signals grew louder, clearer, more organized. Then the computers stitched the data together into a full message. A message that made every scientist in the room fall silent. The message was not a greeting, not a threat, not a warning. It was a location, a set of coordinates, a place in space, a point far beyond any known star, a place so deep, so dark, so empty that no telescope had ever seen it. The narrator's voice grows slow and chilling. It was as if someone or something was saying, "Come here." Earth's greatest minds stared at the coordinates, unsure if it was an invitation or a trap. Part 4 cliffhanger ending. As scientists zoomed deeper into the coordinates, a faint object became visible. Not a planet, not a star, not a galaxy, something else. A giant shape hidden in the dark, something unnatural, something ancient, something massive. A structure, a megastructure, possibly built by a civilization far older than humanity. The narrator whispers, "The universe is calling us to a place humans were never meant to reach." The discovery of the giant dark megastructure in deep space hit humanity like a tidal wave. Scientists froze. Leaders panicked. People around the world felt the same shock. The universe was not empty. Something was out there, something powerful, something ancient. Mysterious coordinates weren't pointing to a planet or a star, but to a colossal structure hidden in the cold vacuum between galaxies. Its size was unbelievable, bigger than any moon, perhaps even bigger than Earth. It had no natural shape. It wasn't round like a planet or glowing like a star. It looked almost like a web of metal and shadow, stretching across space like a giant cosmic machine. Humanity had dreamed of alien life, but no one expected this. The silent giant, the megastructure, reflected a faint, cold light. Its surface was smooth in some places, fractured in others, almost like scars left behind from ancient battles. It emitted no heat, no signals, no movement. It looked dead. But the signals from multiple star systems all pointed to this exact location. The narrator speaks with a low, tense voice. Something across the galaxy wanted humanity to find this place. Something wanted us to see this thing. But why? Was it a monument, a warning, a machine, a prison, a communication hub, a trap? No one knew, and that uncertainty was worse than any answer. Global reaction: the world split into 4 groups. 1. The believers. They thought the structure belonged to a peaceful civilization, a galactic library, a meeting place, a beacon of knowledge. They believed humanity had been invited to join a cosmic community, a family of intelligent species spanning the stars. This is not danger, they said. This is destiny. 2. The fearful. They believed the structure was a weapon or a fallen empire or the remains of something that once ruled this part of the galaxy. What if it's a warning sign, they asked. What if something terrible happened here? 3. The scientific. They saw the structure as the greatest mystery in human history. They wanted to study it, measure it, understand it. The answers to everything, they said, may lie inside this structure. 4. The silent minority. A small group believes something darker. What if the structure is not the final message? What if it's only the beginning? What if we are walking into someone's plan? Their words were ignored, but not forgotten. Humanity's biggest decision. The world leaders gathered in a high-security conference. Every major space agency, every top scientist, every powerful nation had one question to answer: should humanity travel to the megastructure? It would be the longest journey ever attempted, far more dangerous than going to another planet. The structure was not in a known galaxy. It was located in the emptiness between star clusters in a region known as the cosmic void. Travel time, decades, maybe centuries. Survival, uncertain. Return, unlikely. But the temptation was too strong. The possibility of contact, the possibility of answers, the possibility of salvation. After months of debate, the decision was final: humanity would send a mission. Building the Arkship, scientists and engineers designed the largest spacecraft ever imagined, a vessel called the Horizon Voyager. It was not a simple ship. It was a small moving world. Houses, labs, gardens, water recycling systems, power stations, medical rooms, everything needed for a multi-generation journey. The ship would use fusion engines for long-term thrust light sail wings boosted by lasers from Earth cryosleep pods for long hibernation rotating habitats to generate artificial gravity. It was humanity's greatest creation. A symbol of unity, a symbol of hope. Yet deep inside its design, a quiet fear lingered. Are we traveling toward our future or toward our doom? Selecting the crew, the mission could not take millions of people. Only a select few. Scientists, engineers, doctors, biologists, pilots, historians, and young families to carry the future. Every candidate was tested physically, mentally, emotionally. Only those who could handle unbearable loneliness and endless darkness were chosen. The narrator explains gently, these people were not just travelers. They were the future of humanity. Among them was Dr. Alara Singh, the first scientist who detected the prime number pattern. Her calm mind and quiet determination made her a symbol of human courage. Another was Commander Ryan Wolf, a former astronaut known for surviving a catastrophic mission years ago. His experience made him the perfect leader. There were 2,000 chosen souls in total, a tiny spark of humanity being sent into the abyss. Leaving Earth behind the day of launch arrived. Millions across the world watched the sky. Families cried. Children waved flags. Scientists prayed their calculations were correct. The engines burned bright. The ship trembled. A deep rumble filled the air. Then with a roar, the Horizon Voyager rose from Earth, pushing up through the clouds like a silver arrow aimed at the stars. Humanity had left home. Whether they would ever return, no one knew. The long journey years passed. Inside the ship, life developed slowly. People planted gardens. Children learned about Earth's past. Scientists analyzed the structure as the ship got closer and closer. Strange things happened during the journey. A faint humming noise echoed through the ship at random hours. Unexplained flashes appeared outside the windows, small, bright blue. Navigation sensors detected invisible waves passing through the void. Some cryosleep pods malfunctioned for unknown reasons. A distant whisper-like signal sometimes tapped the ship's communication antenna. Every incident had a scientific explanation, or so they hoped. But deep inside, the crew felt the same thing. They were not alone in the void. Something else was moving there, watching, waiting. Approaching the megastructure after decades of travel, the structure finally appeared, rising out of the darkness like a floating continent of shadows. It was enormous, far bigger than measurements predicted, larger than Jupiter, maybe even larger than Earth itself. Surface was covered in cracks that glowed faintly, not with fire, not with light, but with some unknown energy, smooth, steady, cold. The narrator speaks. It looked less like a machine and more like a sleeping giant. As they moved closer, sensors detected strange forces, gravity bending in unnatural ways, magnetic fields swirling like oceans, frozen particles forming symbols in the void. The crew stared in silent awe. They had reached something no human had ever seen, something older than Earth, something beyond human understanding. The first contact, when the ship came within 1,000 kilometers of the structure, something incredible happened. A small portion of the megastructure shifted. It moved, not randomly, not naturally. It opened like a massive door sliding apart. Behind the opening was a glowing tunnel stretching deep into the structure's interior. A soft blue light shimmered inside, calm and peaceful, almost welcoming, like the structure was saying, "Come in." Commander Ryan Wolf felt a deep chill run down his spine. "Is this an invitation?" he whispered. "Doctor." Alara Singh stared at the screen. "I don't know," she murmured, "but it looks like it has been waiting for us." The crew felt a mix of fear and excitement. They had come too far to turn back. Slowly, carefully, the Horizon Voyager entered the glowing tunnel. The ship drifted inside the megastructure. The tunnel closed behind them. The universe outside disappeared. They were inside something ancient and alive. The cliffhanger ending inside the structure, the ship's lights flickered. Power dropped. The engines went silent. Every screen turned black. The crew panicked. Then in the darkness, a single symbol appeared on the main display. Not a drawing, not a language. A symbol that every human recognized instantly, a perfect map of Earth. With one chilling detail, a bright red mark glowing on the map, right where humanity had launched the Horizon Voyager. The narrator whispers, "The structure knew we were coming. It has been watching us for a very long time."